What's up, everybody? It's time for LeMons. This is our car. This is an egg, because that's a Ranchero, and we're the Huevos Rancheros. This is Sonoma Raceway, which is a place I've never driven before, so it's gonna be fun. But for now, we're gonna dive into this car. We're gonna check out tech inspection. We've teched our gear. I've got some sweet new gear from Alpine Stars. I've got a killer black armor helmet. We're gonna put it on and hit the track, and hopefully not be the slowest people out there, but, well, we might be. All right, the fog is lifted, the car is running. We're gonna get this started. I'm gonna take the first stint in our 62 Ranchero. I'm wearing my sweet ass Alpine Stars gear. Thank you, Alpine Stars, for that. Yeah, we're gonna get started and hopefully not die. Well, I won't catch on fire, I know that, but everything else is up in the air, so see you out on the track.
I'd never raced here before, so what better way to take in all that than from behind the wheel of a 1962 Ford Ranchero, packing a 200 cubic inch straight six under the hood. It's backed up by a 3-speed manual transmission, and that shift lever isn't located down on the floor where it should be. Nope, our race car has the old 3 on the tree, and third gear hates being put into work. It's actually mildly competitive when you're running hard in second gear. You can battle for a few corners with the middle of the pack cars, but as soon as you shove that stick down into third, they all go roaring off into the distance. Third gear sucks. The steering and braking, however, are great, as the suspension has been upgraded with a Shelby drop, roller bearings, and fresh springs. When my teammates drove this car at Sonoma at the end of 2015, it wasn't as healthy as it was on this day. The fastest lap during that race, their prior race, was a 2-minute 36-second lap, and I was running in the 2-minute 30 to 2-minute 31 range right out of the gate, having never driven this track or this car. Our next driver, Graham Nelson, hopped in and dropped those lap times down even further. He was dipping right into the 2:27 range. To give you an idea of how slow that makes us, the absolute fastest cars were touching 2 flat. Now, these are some of the screaming Class 8 cars comprised of E36 BMWs that believe the entire track is their own playground, and a Mitsubishi GSX that absolutely wailed around the course. Our car was running strong, relatively speaking. For us, that meant absolutely 0 time spent in the penalty box and only coming in for fuel and driver changes. Our third driver went out, and things were still looking great. He was turning consistent, albeit a little bit slow, laps, but we weren't concerned with the time as much as we were with just keeping the car moving around the track. And then it all went to shit. Driving up from the straight through turn 1, our driver got tapped on the passenger side front fender by a BMW 5 Series. From there, our driver corrected and then probably overcorrected and wound up spinning the car. He was now facing the wrong way up the hill under the bridge. Oncoming traffic had the added benefit of driving directly into that oncoming setting sun. A Corvette was charging hard up the hill. They didn't have a whole lot of time to spot our stopped car. It looked like they wanted to duck to the left for a second, but ultimately they had no choice but to lock them up and hope for the best. The best being that neither driver was hurt. Everyone in LeMons is now required to wear a Hans-type device, with our team running the next-gen setup. Our cage was built by John Pagel, and it's worth every damn penny. The Corvette was toast. Our car, much of the same. Our right front area acted like a well-designed crumple zone and sent a portion of the energy from the hit down into the floor area of the car. The transmission tunnel was actually wrinkled on the top if you looked inside, and the passenger floor popped up a bit. But both doors open and close fine, believe it or not. No damage to the front glass, and the cage didn't budge. Our car was delivered back to our garage where the crowds gathered to survey the carnage. We knew right away that the car was toast, so all we could do was start peeling off pieces to see more of what happened, while waiting for the track to go cold so we could start sucking down beer after beer. The next morning, we awoke and set about packing up our garage spot. The car was eventually shoved onto a trailer after removing some parts and a bunch of hands on deck to get it into place. The Nissan Titan XD we were using made easy work of the towing trip back to the Hooniverse Northern California garage. Don't think this is the end for Team Hooniverse, however. We've actually already found another Ranchero, and you'll bet your ass we're coming back. This time with a bit more motor, a few extra gears in the transmission, and extra motivation to avenge our fallen vehicular teammate.